with a lot of kite back in the form of the Jace, the Twisted Fate, a lot of side lane control. This comp can also, I think the problem with the comp that you have here is that if you go for side lanes, you're facing into a TF. That's a nightmare, right? And if you're going to team fights, you're a dive comp into one of the strongest anti-dive AD carries combined with a fresh. That's not great.
Yeah. No, I'm a little bit perplexed as to this set pick. Seems to be something that Bay is happy to take into Faker's Twisted Fate, and the way I sort of watched this draft was just a battle for who can get priority early, right? Because that's what's going to help LM hold on to his relevance. I think that the Jace pick, for that reason, was a lot better, right? I was calling for things like the Gangplank, things like the Camille, but they come online a little bit later. You don't necessarily like smash the lane at level 5, for example. Level 2 Gangplank is terrifying, but
level 1 Gangplank is
level 1 of course.
You saw the lock-in tournament, right? You saw what happened to Fudge. Poor guinea pig.
But this is it's I'm not sold on the set pick mid, and we'll just have to see whether Bay has the correct answers as this match moves forward, because Renekton Nidalee does do a lot if they actually get the pressure towards the top side, and Jace isn't extraordinarily safe up there either, and he's going to be shoving most likely.
Yeah, for Jace it's more about deterring, right? Like if you actually get dove, you're in a rough spot. But Rich should not be able to do that unless Peanut helps him, right? Like in Renekton, I don't really expect Rich to be able to take control of the wave and through that find like a big stack of minions, crash it into the turret, and then dive that way. Because in the early game, you're not going to get it done. Maybe if you get like a good gank off. So there needs to be so much diversion of attention to this top side. But that makes it fairly predictable. And it's not like the bot side for T1 needs help. Now, if you look at T1's comp, there is, of course, somewhat of a lack of hard engage, right? Like, it's not a perfect comp, but overall, it feels way more well-rounded to me. Yeah, this is also, of course, the power of Voodoo, as Teddy's probably going to flash.
Yeah, is he going to make it? No, he's not. That's going to be first blood going over to Peanut. Right place, right time, and I'm not sure what Teddy was doing. Understands that this wave is going to be pushing towards safety for the Jace. There's a stun that it does come in, but Rich still taking a lot of damage there. To the skies comes in. Elm in a great position as Faker looking for a Destiny. Bay wants to get the interrupt, and he does so. Faker not going to make it up there. And now T1, they're looking to back away. Bay's going to take the inside track, though. It will be a 3 versus 2 as they get into the alcove. It's not where you want to be as Zeus goes down. Peanut grabs another kill. Facebreaker onto Elm, and he has to run for the hills. He does so, gets to safety. The flash out from Peanut. Good hook is going to land onto Bay, but he's pretty tanky right now. And T1 have to walk away with a dead Jace. Teddy might be able to take this turret, actually, as Zeus is here. But Rich rotates down, and Peanut's going to continue his assault on the jungle. There's the showstopper, though, as Zeus immediately having to flash away, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And Faker, he thought about it, but then he was like, nope, that guy's dead.
Deep here.
Yeah, and Bay's actually going to say thank you for it, as there's the crash down from Kellen. A lot of flashes as Carrier and Teddy try to get out of there, but Rich turns up into the backline. Teddy immediately is eliminated. Ellum now running for the hills as the Void Seeker comes in, and that's going to be it. Docdom picks it up with a Killer Instinct. He may actually die from this one. Immediate cleanse. That was pretty Captain Jack. Liked it a lot. As he supercharges to try and get himself out of the way. Faker's Ignite not going to be enough. As now Rich finds himself underneath the turret. Faker goes golden. Hook is going to go wide, and the crash down will spell the death of the Twisted Fate. And Nongshim have woken up very, very nicely and turning a lot of what T1's been trying to do against them. As once again, Bay's going to find Faker. The Stride Break is going to slow him down, and then Bay grabs the kill with the Showstopper.
Oh, look at Bay. He's going to come in from the flank. They don't have vision of him.
Yeah, this is really dangerous. Void Seeker does come down. Teddy, Featherstorm very, very early as Bay comes on in. There's the flash. Looking for Teddy right now. Carrier is going to be taken down. Teddy finds himself in relative safety, and Bay has to use the Showstopper. Not on the Xayah, which is absolutely the target that he was looking for. Blast Cone gets Faker to safety. Zeus is a little bit behind enemy lines, but he should be okay for the moment. As, oh no, I think they spotted him. There's the Void Seeker as well, as Docdom going to cancel the back, and Zeus is going to have to go for a run, I think. As Peanut, he's coming over, everyone collapsing onto Zeus, who's just like, nah, I'm getting this. We'll see whether he can actually, I don't know.
Drake is spawning, like, they need to not go on him. It's 25 seconds, you can't give it this save point.
Well, I mean, he does buy a lot of time, like you say. Come in, but Faker doesn't have a lot of damage right now, and Rich is pretty tanky. There's the Dominus. Gold card comes in. Carrier and Teddy are going to be in position. Peanut looking to try and turn up. There's the flash forward. Stun comes down onto Teddy. Immediately, he has to Featherstorm. Gets into melee range with Rich, but will survive for the moment. Not enough to grab the kill. Faker goes in, gets baited by Rich. He does go down.
Because he's 2 on 88 CS because it's Teddy, and they've been
he's Teddy, yep.
funneling a lot. Oh, Teddy. Teddy?
Oh, no. What? He just kills him. Doctor's just dead, and he makes it to safety. This is exactly what we're talking about. The Teddy effect is always going to be there.
Oh, definitely.
And that's very scary.
But T1 does know what's happening. There comes the engage.
Yep, the crash down comes forward. This is a great engage out from Nongshim as Doctor grabs the kill onto Faker, but does have to make his way out of the fight. Teddy at full health as he dashes his way to the side. Elam now getting himself into position. The haymaker from Bay, not enough to deter Teddy right now, who just walks past him. That's going to be enough autos. Elam actually grabs the kill, and now T1 can push forward. Rich will get stunned up, and look at the damage from this Xayah. Rich gets on top of him, but he still had Featherstorm, so Teddy easily able to lock down that kill. And Nongshim, they have to kill this Xayah instantly, otherwise these fights get so much harder.
And we see some split calls here. I would love for them to go to Drake. I don't think Peanut is still alive. Don't go for this. He's 2 levels up. He's still a Nidalee that's going to spare you. And they decide to go for the safe play and go for the Drake. And this is what we've been talking about this entire time. Yes, T1 doesn't have great engage, but that doesn't matter when you can play team fights as well as this. Faker gets blown up at the start of this fight because Kellen goes in really, really deep here. And yes, he finds Faker, but we don't care about Faker. Faker doesn't matter in this scenario. It's all about the men Teddy. And here we see Carrier and Ellen doing such a stellar job combined with Teddy's use of Guild Force, as well as just his sheer kiteback potential to make this play work somehow, even despite the fact that this was effectively a 4 versus 5 for T1.
Yeah. He's just untouched, able to avoid all of the spears. Rich eventually gets on top of him and then gets the bad news that the ulti was still available. So really well played. This is the Teddy in the late game that we were talking about. Sometimes, you know, it feels good when the narratives pay off. It certainly does work out. It's still by no means a huge hit. Is now just clearing out all of the vision around the Baron. And Xayah's just going to push this top lane. Faker, Destiny almost available once again. As he does find a decent little stun there onto Kellen, who takes off his health bar. Peanut just executes Zeus. Not going to be able to find the flank for free as Elam wants to try and take this one, but he is behind 2 levels like you were talking about. Stun comes in. There's the Magnet Storm crash down as Kellen gets a really good engage. Teddy finds himself again in a great position as Doctorm gets behind him, but he's not able to execute. Carrier does fall down. Peanut grabs another kill, but still 5 members of Nongshim are closing in on T1. Faker and Elam are going to have to try and protect Teddy. Can the Fountain Laser actually make it work? Good stun is going to land, and he will fall down. Rich grabs the kill. That is Elam immediately falling afterwards. Zeus wants to try and be a hero, but he's not going to be able to. It's a double kill for Doctorm. This will be the Baron.
And looking much better.
Teddy! What the heck? He just comes in and executes. Now they're looking for another one. Rich gonna get stunned up as Elam's just gonna boop him. They do manage to get him onto the box, but he's very tanky, and Carrier takes a lot of damage, but T1 have still won this fight, even if Rich gets out of here as Kellen dives on forward. The Magnet Storm is activated, but unfortunately, he's just gonna go down, and T1, we'll see whether we get the Inner Wild Crocodile. Is Peanut gonna get taken? Sorry, yeah. Taking that to about half health as Teddy Featherstorms. Can he actually get into position? Oh, the face breaker is so good out of Bay. Faker's going to go down, and Bay gets right on top of the rest of the members of T1. And I have a feeling this is just it. That's the ace, and that's going to be the game. Nongshim will bring us to Faker's 600.
Continuously, Nongshim have been able to find these flanks again and again and again. And this time it pays off. As you said, an insane phase break coming up from Bay, but it's Rich with the teleport that really secures it. And
look, I think they'd still be in first place if we were best of ones. Because they pretty consistently win that first game as, oh my god, Peanut's damage. That is repugnant. He dominated that game from start to finish. He was 100% kill contribution, I believe, at like 30 minutes into the game. Like, Peanut, like, that was a masterclass in how to decimate the jungle. And look,
Red Force managed to even out the series with this victory of game number 2, and Teddy subbed in for T1, and Faker was able to pick Twisted Fate, one of his signature card. And Seth was coming in from Nongshim as an answer to TF, and we're really having a lot of question mark over to this pick, but he was able to prove why Nongshim went for this Seth in the mid. Seth is not a champion that can exert a lot of pressure in lane, and he's really good at mid and late game team fight, but Twisted Fate is really strong in lane, also he can do a lot of work in the side lane, so we were also not sure about this Seth pick, but this Seth, Bay was able to actually pull off fantastic team fights ability all throughout the game. And let's see how the game got unfolded actually. There was a skirmish happening around the top lane, and then we saw Bay actually rotating towards top and flipping over TF with his ultimate, and Nongshim was able to win that fight. And this is what we have been emphasizing about Nongshim. They are really good team fighters, and they were able to actually capitalize their strengths in this game. Well, T1's comp a little bit relies on TF's scaling advantages, so Nongshim was able to actually shut down the power coming out from this Twisted Fate pick, and Nongshim was able to win multiple team fights, especially in the decisive moments. Nongshim was about the kills, and T1 was about the farms, and Nongshim's kills actually was able to outnumber the farms of T1. Let's take a look at this parent fight that broke out about 31-minute mark of the game. They had all eyes on Xayah. That was the plan, the only plan from Nongshim Red Force. This was not a bad team fight for T1 to take, but Nongshim was able to pull off a better engagement. Jace was one of the main damage carrier on the side of T1's comp, but because he got caught out in the beginning of this fight, T1 was not able to overcome this outnumbered matchup. Well, killing Xayah is not their goal. Actually, Nongshim just have to zone out Xayah by just diving onto the AD carry, and that really happened in this team fight. You could see that Xayah got completely zoned out. He was using his Feather Storm defensively because he had to survive all the engagement coming out from Nongshim Red Force. However, Teddy was able to pull off some of their flashy moves, but we had this game-ending team fight that started off with Teddy's overstep. Nongshim actually was looking for a setup for a TP flank with Renekton. You can see the pings are going down onto the enemy red camp. And then Teddy actually gale forces forward as soon as Renekton actually used his TP, and it was a little bit of a misplay coming out from T1 because they had all of this information of the enemy location with this Twisted Fate ultimate, but that overstep actually costed this game from T1. So we had some proactive and clutch performance or kills coming out from that combo from Xayah with Gale Force, but that was a bit too risky at that point of the game, and one misstep forward can actually worth a whole game, especially when it comes down to the marksman. And the POG will go over to Peanut on Nidalee. Had a phenomenal game on this champion, putting the most damage on both sides of the teams in this game. I think Nidalee is a champion that actually has been underrated in the recent match, and Kenyon was able to pick up a win on this pick, but a lot of people are actually saying that Nidalee doesn't really have a priority in this current meta, but Peanut was able to actually show the people that he locked in this champion for a reason. We also thought that this comp is not the best one for Nidalee to come in, but we could see a hyper carry performance coming out from this Nidalee pick. At the end of the voice comment, actually Peanut said he's so nervous that his hands are shaking, but we couldn't really tell based on his performance. His performance was really clean as a whistle. No one would have actually expected that one combo would come out from that Nidalee onto Jace. They also did a fantastic job actually showing the best value of this set pick. Let's move on to game number 3, and we have some of the points to watch. And this game will be Faker's 600th game here in the LCK, the first players to hit this milestone. And also, Peanut is having his birthday today, so Peanut was able to pick up this POG as a celebration. Let's check out whether he's gonna get the dub in the end.